Yes.
It already feels like it's living up to the energy and then the intensity in that ring with the corners.
Oh, phenomenal.
Both of them eyeing each other off, talking to each other, corners talking to each other. You can feel it.
And George looked like he's ready to attack big time.
Barry Michael and Alex Volkanovski with Jared Waitley ringside for it. To be undisputed. It's time to unleash hell. Kambosos with the crowd at his shoulder. The American in a hostile environment. They've been sizing each other up for weeks. A lot spoken in the ring between the fathers in the build-up to it. It's a conservative start.
Oh, there's the first landed punch from Haney, the jab.
As you said, sizing each other all week. Even now, just sizing up, just seeing, getting a little bit of a read. What do you got?
Certainly sizing each other up, but that fast jab of Haney's is going to be the punch that's going to be difficult for George, I think.
Kambosos searching for the opening. This is without the fireworks of the Lopez fight where his opponent was in and after him and trying to knock him out in the early minutes.
Well, that's right. Haney's going to be, you know, he's tidy, he's pretty, he's going to keep it as neat as he can. But then you've got Kambosos' speed. He's, you know, his instincts are just on point. So,
and look, George is fast. He's very fast as well, and can let punches go in bunches.
There's a craft to this. The study of both men, the snapping jab from Haney.
We've got a chest match at the moment. Haney very side on, uses that left jab, opens up beautifully with it, but leads himself up and goes to the body a lot.
Nothing landed. It does give you a feel as whenever Kambosos is on the attack, the raw, the sheer energy that will pour from those watching on. And he's getting in with the left jab repeatedly.
Yeah, it's a nice, stiff, nice, quick jab.
Lightning fast jab.
But Kambosos in the pocket when he fires. That's the instincts I'm talking about. Speed.
A minute to go, round one.
And he's landed the scoring jabs. Kambosos bides his time.
Good work.
Let's fly the right. And follows up. Kambosos with a flurry.
That's what he needs to do, punch in bunches.
Don't push. Time. Don't push, okay? Don't, please.
Referee getting a fair bit of booing from the crowd here.
The third man in the ring's an experienced one. He's seen more than 300 fights.
That's a few.
Hector Afu. And with the sheer animosity, he might have some work to do.
15 seconds, round one.
Break!
Nothing in it really. Maybe the jab from Haney.
10 seconds.
Well, so you can see him just trying to pick off that jab on the outside. Kambosos is going to get on the inside and punch and punches, like you said.
Yeah,
big swing with the right at the end.
Wow.
A subdued start in an electrified atmosphere. This is Kambosos. This is the first glimpse he gave us.
To let his hands go, which is what he's got to do. He caught the jab there, but then he starts opening up there. But the jab, oh, there's just missed with that overhand right. Very evasive, Devin Haney.
A crafty start, round two at Marvel. Haney with the left jab. He is an artisan.
He certainly is. He's got an absolutely brilliant left jab, like lightning. But what I notice he does, he goes jab to the head, right hook to the body. He hasn't done it yet, and if he's open for a left hook counter then. Tried the left hook there, George.
Kambosos trying to get in low. Let's fly with the rights. Trying to tag Haney on the way out. Left jab lands.
Haney tries the overhand right, grazes at the top of George's head.
Break!
The left jab of Haney so far as the punch, you know, the major landing punch in the fight is pretty much what I expected. So George's got to find a way around it.
Exactly right. It is what you expect in that tidy boxing.
Don't push.
From Haney.
Yep.
But that explosiveness from
George.
The scouting on Haney is he would be hard to tag, and you can see the concentration in Kambosos' eyes.
Yes.
He searches for the way in. With the rights. Kambosos sizing up Haney, trying to get it back inside on the follow-up.
That was a big right hand from George Kambosos. That was a bomb.
No.
The third man in to separate them again. Hector the protector. Haney's had a taste of Kambosos' power.
Both exchanging good punches there.
Haney making a lot of punches missed though.
I sense, Kambosos is looking for that counter a little bit more now off the jab.
Yep.
He may miss, but I still feel like that is the way to go for him.
Yeah, well, he's got to break the jab down. He's got to break his jab down to get his own punches in. But Haney relies on his jab so much.
Well, that's it. You might miss that first counter off the jab, or maybe follow up with them flurries that Kambosos is so good at doing.
The left jab, Kambosos has it well scouted. Right on the button each time. Kambosos unfazed by it. Searching and flinching. The parry and thrust of it.
Devin.
Final seconds of this second round.
No, hey.
And again, the referee wants them apart. Good hand from Kambosos on the left. Finishes strongly in the second. And high energy as he comes to the corner. Big energy.
The crowd's going crazy every time George looks like landing a punch. Incredible intensity here.
Bill Haney with his son.
Go get it. Right? Take the jab, so you set him up for that right hand. You don't gotta hit him with the jab, just a throwaway jab. Preoccupy, step in and go get it.
Left and right over the top, Kambosos.
Doing great.
There's the one. That's a good shot. Well timed punch. I think it actually hurt Haney a little bit. He ducked under low.
When he throws one shot, I need those counters quick and get off the angle, right? He's going to try to counter back. Just step off.
Javier Centeno with his instructions to the Australian. Third round.
Both boys keen to get into it from the, looking as though they're ready to leap out of their corners.
Evenly scored fight. Kambosos the aggressor in the early moments.
Nothing in it at the moment. There's that jab. That jab's not landing real hard, but it's landing.
Hard with the right, Kambosos. You can see him just searching through the opening for the way inside the jab. A picture of motion. Absolutely honing his craft, Kambosos, and wasting no energy. The jab landed on him again. And he hasn't thrown much other than the jab so far. Kambosos in with the rights, and again they're entangled.
Break! Good.
Kambosos acknowledged that Haney was ready for the fight, but would he be ready for the war that he intends to bring?
Yeah, well, to make it a war, he's going to have to try to corner Haney and, nullify his jab, which is landing regularly.
And through the two rights in behind the jab.
Oh,
Haney.
big right.
Big shot.
Kambosos walks.
Nothing wrong with George's chin, that's for sure. He's got a great chin.
Haney's in and after him. Kambosos on the counter.
He's definitely starting to follow up with that off that jab now, Haney.
Yes.
Trying to break down through the jab and come with the right thereafter.
Drake.
You can hear the instructions, break it down, break it down.
Watch your head.
And his game plan is to exploit the weaknesses that he sees in the Australian. His primary weapon, the jab. He's honing the right hand. Kambosos stands centering with him. Feigning punches, not wasting energy.
Now he's relying on his jab to open everything up, that following right hand, but the jab's the main shot.
Kambosos with the right hand cocked. Oh, he missed with a big swinging left.
10 seconds.
Haney's every bit as evasive as was forecast.
Yep, and he's growing in confidence, I think.
Late blows from each of the two. Kambosos wore one on the nose. 3 rounds in. What a fascinating study, Barry Michael.
Fascinating fights. It's a real chess match, but you know you've got to say the jabs has got Haney in front at this stage.
It's a matter of just breaking him down, bro. Now you see, Rich said he's stumbling. He's stumbling. Relax. Keep that jab on. Relax. Keep working that jab on. Right? Keep the feints. You're reacting to everything. You're reacting to everything. So that's where it's going to happen at. Right? First, work your feints. Go first. He's going to react and then react. Okay? You got it. But look, I don't want no wild shit. You see that bullshit wild shit? Yes. Hook, you can always roll under that. Yes. Nothing big. I don't want nothing too big. Right? Keep everything short.
Only in the country 15 hours. What a source of comfort and wisdom. You can hear the instructions, break it down, break it down.
Watch your head.
And his game plan is to exploit the weaknesses that he sees in the Australian. His primary weapon, the jab. He's honing the right hand. Kambosos stands centering with him. Feigning punches, not wasting energy.
Now he's relying on his jab to open everything up, that following right hand, but the jab's the main shot.
Kambosos with the right hand cocked. Oh, he missed with a big swinging left.
10 seconds.
Haney's every bit as evasive as was forecast.
Yep, and he's growing in confidence, I think.
Late blows from each of the two. Kambosos wore one on the nose. 3 rounds in. What a fascinating study, Barry Michael.
Fascinating fights. It's a real chess match, but you know you've got to say the jabs has got Haney in front at this stage.
It's a matter of just breaking him down, bro. Now you see, Rich said he's stumbling. He's stumbling. Relax. Keep that jab on. Relax. Keep working that jab on. Right? Keep the feints. You're reacting to everything. You're reacting to everything. So that's where it's going to happen at. Right? First, work your feints. Go first. He's going to react and then react. Okay? You got it. But look, I don't want no wild shit. You see that bullshit wild shit? Yes. Hook, you can always roll under that. Yes. Nothing big. I don't want nothing too big. Right? Keep everything short.
Only in the country 15 hours. What a source of comfort and wisdom it must be to Devin Haney to have Bill there in his corner.
Undoubtedly, Jared.
How exposed he might have been had that not happened. Start of the 4th. The American maybe 2 rounds to 1, Barry?
Yes, I think the jab probably got him in front unofficially on, you know, on the judges' scorecards. I think they'd be seeing the jab as the winning punch of the fight so far. But look, it's early doors yet.
And the same tactical battle reveals itself. Kambosos trying to find the way to avoid the jab and get inside it. Haney looking to back him up.
You see Haney definitely using them fakes, seeing what reactions he can get out of him.
Over the top with the right.
Yeah.
Haney got underneath it.
Haney's corner said go first, go fast and follow up.
Throw that feint first, get a reaction, then counter. You know, it seems that he's doing that.
Kambosos with a sharp left.
Haney not throwing the right to the body. I watched on a lot of videos that he was very keen on because, you know, Kambosos would have caught him with the left hook coming in, I reckon. He's not throwing it.
Don't hit him, please.
Near 50,000s. The tension is thick at the moment.
Good jab to the body. Good scoring shot.
Haney not only unbeaten, he's never lost a scorecard. He's never been to the canvas.
No, he's never been off his feet.
I tell you what, but the speed from both fighters.
Both fighters, yeah.
There's the right from Haney, which he's been conservative with so far. Kambosos can barely get a punch away at the moment. He just searches through his targets and they end up tangled. Kambosos wants to come at him. Haney low and in and under. Wears one to the body, but that's all.
50 seconds, round 4. I think, my personal opinion, George is going to have to change the pattern of the fight. Alex and Jared, he's going to have to get up and keep his opponent, you know, pressuring, stay on top of him, not at a distance.
The classy boxing of the American. He's a moving target constantly. Kambosos tries to size him up.
Right hand counter from George.
Good left on the way through as well.
I feel like Kambosos doing that little bit more, rather than waiting and looking for the counters.
Yeah.
Doing more. That's
Kambosos, that might be the best punch of the fight that he's thrown.
Maybe Kambosos should be first.
Haney will know he's around now.
That's much better.
Kambosos, he gets a sugar hit at the end of the 4th.
That's where you start to explode from, okay? You have to be in that range to explode, okay? Nice deep breaths. Give me deep breaths.
Started finding him, George. Started finding him. You're in your zone now, bro. You're in his zone, round by round, round by round.
Every time he misses, he's gonna shoot forward, right? I want you to just take that little side step. Don't shoot forward with him. Take that little side step and bring it up. Bring it from the bottom up, okay? Let's not throw one shot at a time when you counter, okay? Right. You understand that, right? Okay?
Get up to that right. Don't let him settle.
Every time you throw your 2s and 3s, he starts to settle back and
Don't let him settle.
Let's put him in that position.
You cannot get more intimate than in the corner of a prize fight. You'll know the instructions as clearly as we do. Kambosos, can he build on the end of the 4th at the start of the 5th? Constant movement from the American. Kambosos in and after.
Haney's defense, he always dips down, like he knows that right hand's coming.
Yeah, there's that right to the body. I said he throws a lot, and that's the first time I've actually seen him use it. But
Maybe
Haney landed one on the chin.
if Kambosos can catch him as he's dipping to the left, fake that right, maybe come up with the left hook.
Yep, definitely.
The jab serving Haney so well.
Yeah, it's pretty much I expected the jab to be a dominant factor in this fight. Because Haney's, you know, he's very side on, he's hard to hit cleanly in his jabs, he's winner.
Will he expand that? Kambosos hard into the body.
Nice body shot.
Oh, big swing and overhand right.
I'd like to see George go underneath more. That worked well when he landed the body shot.
Kambosos talks about 4 or 5 punch combinations. He's been denied that so far in this fight. But there's no doubting the energy, the engine that he has.
Trying to find an opening, George Kambosos.
It's been the untidy aspect of the fight. How often they've been tied up together so far. Oh, good left from Haney.
Good right too.
And he tags Kambosos on the way in once and twice. The American finding his range. Left jab keeps the Australian at bay over and over again. Good right to the side of the head. Body shots in there as well, Barry, trading blows.
Good body shot from George Kambosos. Short left to the side of Haney's body. He needs to throw more.
I think even a couple of feints as well. See what reactions he can get out of Haney.
Right to the body, left to the head from Kambosos.
Good work there from George again. Oh,
on to the chin.
Good stiff jab from George Kambosos. Oh,
Haney on the follow-up. It's a brawl. Big overhand right, backed up. Haney got in underneath.
Please, Kambosos. Hey.
Denies him the rhythm.
10 seconds.
5 seconds of the 5th. Over the top went Kambosos. Back to the corners. Study up. Find a way through. The Americans leading the fight.
Wow, it's hard to break in through his defences. He's got a very tight defence.
Nice hook, okay, but don't jump in too deep and smother it, okay? Give me deep press. Look, that little right hook to the body hurt him, right? Okay, I want you to set it, don't go right for it. I want you to set it up again, okay? Set it up top. Give him that jab, left hook up top. Okay, then you settle in to throw that right hook downstairs. But when you throw it, I need that left hook up top, right? So it's gotta be bang, bang, right? Keep that head off center.
He doesn't like the jab, George. Get off to your right. You're making him uncomfortable. Get off to your right.
Nice deep breath, right?
Come on, this is where you start to roll him now. We're in round 6.
Now is when we start to pick it up, okay?
He's tired.
It's a study of the left jab, Barry Michael.
It is. You know, he's got to find a way to get around that jab.
Middle stages, 12 rounds to settle in the lightweight division to be the undisputed champion. Devin Haney in the car keys. Kambosos Jr. in the gold.
Watch your head. Watch your head.
I like how the Kambosos corner said, you know, let's go to the body with that right.
Yeah, I agree.
He's turning away from that right hand, but that body will be there. I think that was a good read.
And maybe more pressure and try and corner him. You know, the whole fight's been fought in the centre of the ring, basically.
As Kambosos tries to get inside with a 1-2 combination.
That's what he needs to do. Turn southpaw for a second there, George Kambosos. Just for 1 split second. I've never seen him do that.
Haney back into the centre of the ring. His craft is every bit that was forecast. Kambosos circling like the tiger he is.
Good body shot from George Kambosos.
Into the mid-chips.
Nice jab of his own there.
No.
Kambosos with scoring punches in the 6th round.
Good work.
Out of the left, followed up with a tap on the right.
Yeah, George is working him out more, I think, not getting hit as much with the jab.
And after he follows up Kambosos, he's starting to land them 2nd, 3rd shots a little bit more, so he is starting to get them reads. But Haney's jab.
You can see the fight developing.
Good body work there from George.
Haney backed up to the ropes. Kambosos is at him.
Good left hook.
Nice fake right.
Yeah,
I feel like
very
that's,
good.
as he's dipping, as he's turning to his right, that left hook's there or the right to the body.
He can be nailed with the left hook.
Got Haney away from the comfort of centre ring just for a moment and got a dividend from it. Heading toward the halfway mark of the fight. Kambosos making his adjustments, having a profitable round.
Clean fight.
Both exchanging jabs there.
And just with the underhand onto the chin. A bit messy. Kambosos trying to force Haney back toward the ropes again.
Yeah, I tell you what, very hard to catch this guy. He moves well.
Get off balance, chasing him.
Yes. Oh, just grazed Haney chin with a big overhand right just before the bell.
Halfway mark of the fight. Oh. It is delicately poised.
It is. It certainly is. You know, like George is throwing a lot of punches, but the jab is still the dominant punch, I think.
To the left, okay? I need you to get that lead uppercut in, right hand, left hook, okay? That's where we step off, and then throw that right hand left hook. It's there, okay? But remember, don't go for it straight away. It has to be set up, okay? But now when you touch it, bang, bang.
Swelling under George's eyes. Put the end swell on there.
You want the pressure, you gotta fucking
Break down.
You breaking him down, take your time. Bite your shoulder.
Kambosos has landed more punches.
Bite your shoulder.
Feels like Haney has landed the best of the scoring shots. There's 3 punches that Kambosos has landed thus far, which have shaken the American up. Something to build on. Into the second half of the fight, the undisputed lightweight championship of the world.
This is where I expect George to come on.
This is the obsession with the training that sets him up for these moments. He lacks nothing for confidence in himself.
That's for sure.
Believe in the work. The jab back in operation. Kambosos can't make much of it. You can feel this crowd is ready to erupt if they can just get some cause too. Good left from Haney.
Lovely left.
Followed up with a jab. Kambosos trying to give as good as he gets. In and under it, on to Haney. Backs him up, but tied up once more.
I like the follow-up again off that right hand, because that right hand just doesn't seem to be there. Not yet, anyway.
Good tut-tutting from the referee. Evading and keeping the left jab at bay. Where's one?
George nice inside on. I noticed the tape is starting to come undone on George Kambosos' left glove.
Let fly with 2, 3 lefts.
Oh, good little chopping right hand.
Over the side of the neck.
That's that right to the body that he loves to throw, which you could hit him with the left hook if you're quick enough.
Kambosos trying to force Haney backward, and again he wore the jab in his endeavours. Big right from Kambosos.
That was good. That was a real good shot. And a good jab from George Kambosos.
So I feel, as I was saying, the left body rip or the left hooks, will that bring will he stop different? Will that open up that right hand to the head?
Kambosos having a little more success dictating the positioning.
Hey, watch your head.
Kambosos tracking his prey.
Hard to pin this guy. He moves so well, side to side.
Good lefts from Haney to stay out of trouble. Kambosos right back to work. Let's fly with the rights. Gets inside onto the body.
Right hand from Haney as Kambosos coming in.
Elbows down.
Haney with his hands down, jabbing, throws that chopping right hand.
And he's trying to size up the right hand to put in behind the jab. Kambosos hits him hard near the ribs. Elbow up under the chin again. We'll draw the eye out and pick that Afu. That's 7 rounds down. And we're no clearer.
Oh, God. Yes, it's a dead set. You know, it's a chess match at the moment. Both guys are trying to exert their powers, but, you know, George, they're both finding it difficult to land clean shots. Quality boxing.
And the change has to be quick. Remember, we need sport.
Fight the shoulders. Okay? You see, you don't have nothing on the hook side. Nothing. Okay? I need more feints. Right? And listen, every time he goes to the high guard, he don't got nothing. Okay? Keep him in the high guard in, okay? Huh? Keep him in the high guard. That's why you keep him with the feints. Stay away from the right hand. He looking for one punch now. You know what I'm saying? He's looking for one shot. Don't give it to him. Keep boxing. Bust his face with that joint.
That was clearly the Americans' game plan all the way through. Handicap Kambosos' strengths outbox him. Now avoid the one big punch.
Yep.
Kambosos has hit him with 3 or 4.
Good shots.
He'll know he's there. He's going to get inside and see if he can unleash one of these combinations and really hurt Haney and slow him down. And he dictates with the left jab. Off the top of the right, but nothing to speak of so far in the 8th round. Good right from Kambosos. And he didn't get out of the way quickly enough. Good combination from Haney.
Yeah, good overhand right from Haney.
Knocked the sweat off Kambosos. Jab came in with a right, didn't make swoop contacts. Kambosos jabbed underneath. The Americans' balance is something to behold.
It certainly is. Good jab by George Kambosos there, coming in. And it's normally the Haney's jab was landing the cleaner, but some good work from George.
It is just good work from Haney. Obviously using that jab and then defensively when Kambosos wants to commit, just not letting him get him in.
Yeah. Exactly.
Kambosos trying to back Haney up. The American underneath again, switches positions. He'll be a good dancer, Barry.
Yeah, he's very hard to hit cleanly, George Haney, Devin Haney.
Kambosos got him in close. The flurry. Looking to get in again. Here's one himself on the jab. Up and down from Kambosos.
That's what he needs to do. Gets hit again with the jabs. Haney jabs and moves, stays away.
Stick and move. It's a great boxing cliche. We're watching it before us. Stick and move. And he was all over the top. Kambosos safely underneath.
Good right to the side from George Kambosos, but Haney moved away straight away.
Left onto the chin from Kambosos.
Good shot.
Urging the Australian to really take it to Haney. Energy levels are up.
He's putting the pressure on. The crowd's going crazy.
Kambosos trying to surf that energy.
This is what he needs to do. Put the pressure on him.
He's up the punch rate, but that's the bell for the 8th. Tactically, what do you think now, Barry?
Well, you know, at the end of that round, that's what I want to see from George. I want to see him keep the pressure on. You know, I think the next 5 rounds, he needs to really up the ante.
Tries to grab that arm. You just work right in between.
He didn't like it. That's what you got to do.
Maintain their focus and composure. Straight after your attack, George.
This is where you roll him now, round by round.
This is where you roll him, is what they're saying.
Look what happened. They all wake up. You got to be doing this. You got to make him uncomfortable now. You fucking got your son waiting for that fucking belt, your daughter.
It's your home, George.
The family is here to watch. The country is looking in. The world has come to admire Devin Haney. George Kambosos with 4 to go.
4 to go. Next 4 rounds, he's got to keep the pressure right on him.
The Australian, I suspect, is chasing the fight, and he'll have a sense of that.
You sense Kambosos wants to come forward, and that crowd's getting into it as well. I think we're going to see him pick it up from here.
Yeah, that's what I expected George Kambosos to come home strongly, and he needs to from here on. At the end of the last round, he started to exert more pressure, I thought. Oh,
he wore 2 from Haney.
Oh, he just got caught with a flush right hand. Oh, nice counter for George Kambosos. Nice left right.
It stirs him to action.
Oh.
The jab, the follow-up of the right.
Clean right hand from Haney. Flush on the chin. Didn't bother George, though.
Never takes a backward step. Barely flinches.
Didn't bother him one bit.
Haney eyes wide. Low. Kambosos forces him backward to the ropes. They're going to go. They drag each other down. Haney's down. It won't count as a knockdown, though.
Won't count as a knockdown, but he needs to jump on Haney now. Exert his pressure and his strength and his power.
Can he get the shot of adrenaline, Kambosos?
A bit of change of stance. I said that even that last combo, a bit of a change of stance, and he's starting to do that now. I wonder if that's going to be a way to go for him.
He smiles at Kambosos, who threw himself off balance. Body shots, head shots. Haney lands the lefts. Kambosos swings it out.
Tell you what, Haney is so hard to hit cleanly.
The left is always coming at you, Kambosos, with his own rights.
Overhand right from George Kambosos. Right to the body. Nice left hook. That was good work. Much better work.
Kambosos is coming at Haney. He landed a left as a follow-up.
That's what George needs to do. Let him go up there, up close.
That's it. I love. He made it look like that.
Big right from Kambosos. Haney, ever elusive, even in the aftermath of it, throws his left jab, lands it 2-3 times in succession. And again. Kambosos right to the body. And tangled up once more.
Break. Haney.
20 seconds to go in the ninth.
Nice little short hook by George Kambosos there.
Chasing Haney around the ring, and again, the energy of the crowd is going to be quelled by the bell. 3 to go. Oof. There are moments of promise for Kambosos.
There are, you know, like, it'd be interesting to see how the judges have got it, but there's nothing in it, I don't think, personally. What do you think, Alex? Do you think the jab has got Haney in front?
Look, I think, you know, especially in the last one, that last one, I feel, yeah, that jab is definitely doing its work.
Yeah,
what he has to do with it.
Yeah, and what do you think George needs to change? He needs to stick on him, or?
Yeah, definitely, but I think it's just keep him busy coming in, because that jab is keeping him away in the defense, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
A couple of fakes.
Yeah, true.
Make it look the same and then give him something different.
Yeah, they're very difficult to hit this bloke cleanly.
100%. So you've got to put a bit of confusion in front of your combos, maybe.
Yep.
So Haney ended up on the canvas, but not knocked there. And still he hasn't tasted that experience in his pro career.
No, never been knocked off his feet.
Kambosos out of the corner. Start of the 10th. Haney bobbing and weaving. The left from Kambosos. He missed with the right in the follow-up.
Tried the big right hand over the top. Would have been nice if it had landed. He needs to throw more.
Keeps him at bay, leaning on the left. Kambosos tries to get over the top of it.
10 rounds in, they're still both so sharp.
They are. Fresh as daisies.
There's a distinct advantage in reach for Haney on the tail of the tape, but it is there in the fight. Kambosos in and under, but misses with the over the top.
George needs to land a big one.
Watch your head.
There's that lightning jab. It's like lightning.
Kambosos well knows it's coming. It lands more often than not.
Yeah, you know it's coming, but it's pretty hard to pick.
Kambosos on the counter-attack to the body, to the head, and he warriors one on the way out.
Good body shot.
Over the top right.
Big bomb over the top. I think it hit the shoulder of Haney. If it had hit the chin, it would have done some damage.
Haney pretty well unmarked, as he has been for much of his career. Just the slightest marking under the right eye.
Yeah, a little bit of a swelling there.
They're calling the punches from the corner for Kambosos. The over the top right, underneath with the left. Oh, and a messy follow-up. Bit naughty.
meeting. Referee copping a spray from the audience.
Stirs the emotions. Haney back to the jab. The defining punch of the fight so far in terms of repetition.
And again.
Kambosos down low, up top.
Sharp punching from Haney here.
No.
To the back of the head there. Kambosos in the final seconds of the 10th round wears one from the left of Haney. Follows up with his own swinging.
Break. 10 seconds.
Last second. So right on the way out from Kambosos. He wears one for his trouble as well. Oh, there's some words from the American.
Very confident.
I wouldn't be baiting Kambosos late in a fight, though, that you're leading.
Good point. But a very confident Devin Haney indeed.
Straight into the corner and talking to his father.
We're going into round 11, okay? All these fucking people are here.
I'm telling you.
Okay?
You
got
can't
that
sit
right.
and let him fucking unload.
When we get inside, okay, I can't see 1 or 2 punches going, right? I need to see 3s, 4s, and 5s, right? But always keeping that chin down because he is going to try to counter with that uppercut. Okay? Keep that chin tucked away. Don't let that chin rise, okay? Nice deep breaths, deep breaths.
Hey, come on. Pieces around.
Sometimes you've got to make a fight dirty at the end.
Yeah, well, George Kambosos' father's telling him to F and unload, but easier said than done against someone as elusive as Devin Haney.
There's the technical and there's the emotional. The emotional trigger is everybody's here for George Kambosos Jr.
For sure.
The technical, though, is the opponent that he's fighting, and he's a very fine boxer.
Sure is. We're in the championship rounds now, round 11 and round 12.
Left jab, Haney cocked the right, never threw it.
Good left hook.
Yep. Left hook and then the right. And Kambosos hit beyond 1 or 2 punches. Landed the right as Haney was coming down low.
Clean fight.
The left jab. Ward again.
Move.
I do like that left hook. I think Kambosos, if he could use that left hook, just guide him into that right hand so that right hand can start to land. I think he needs it.
Break.
Yeah, well,
Hey, Kambosos.
we've got half of this round to go and 1 more round. George needs to land some bombs.
Kambosos gloves up to protect himself. He wears the left.
He lands the jab and he moves.
And he said his skill level was levels above Kambosos. He respected him as a fighter, but he's just not in the same class category. Bit of annoyance at what's coming at the back of that, behind the ear.
One minute to go, round 11 of 12 in this unified world title fight. All the titles on the line. George Kambosos on the rampage, trying to land a big one.
Stalking him now.
Yeah, he needs to land a big one, needs to get up on top of him.
Kambosos searching for it, and he wore 2. Haney holds him at bay. Down low. The American keeps the gloves low. All on the chest. Puts one on Kambosos' chin and follows up with the left.
Clean shots, clean scoring shots.
His percentage of punches to scoring punches feels high. Devin Haney.
10 seconds.
Kambosos trying to peg him, to stop him. to give him something to hit as a stationary target.
Yes.
But he just will not stand still.
Exactly.
And again, the cheap word from Devin Haney as they part company with 1 round to go, and there is an urgency around the Australian that you can feel pouring through 50-odd thousand.
You need forward to press. You need to get those feet underneath you and press behind that jab or a nice solid right hand left hook. I need you to end every single combination with that lead hand. It keeps you in position to defend anything he throws.
It's your fight, mate. Come on, mate. Round 12.
Let me see a little bit more trunk movement, okay?
Yeah. George,
nice deep breath.
Good effective pace before you attack, please. Good
pace. For me.
Come on, mate.
I want you to dig deep this round, okay? Don't jump in with it.
Last round.
I need you to get
Clean fight, okay?
first, and then let those grip shots go. Okay?
Stay ready, set up.
The grits, the hearts, the soul, the year's worth of work for George Kambosos. Devin Haney, he feels he's got the better of the Australian in enemy territory. 3 minutes for all the gold in the lightweight division.
I wonder how our 3 judges are seeing this. Alex, how have you got it?
Man, look, it's always hard to judge here, but, you know, I feel like Kambosos might need that knockout.
Yeah, the evasiveness and the jab has, you know, been the major punches of the fight. But, you know, George has had his moments, but maybe not enough, and he needs to really unload here. A knockdown would be good if he could land a big one.
The left onto the chin. Kambosos, he's got a big engine. Haney's got a great left jab and a right on the follow-up. Kambosos threw himself off balance. That'll tell you the desperation with 2 minutes to go. Kambosos tries to back up Haney, who gets in and underneath and buys the time. If ever George needed a home crowd, it's now. Haney, left, right.
Yes.
Kambosos goes downstairs. Big right hook. Haney just stays clear of him. Underneath Kambosos, he needs more.
Halfway through round, the 12th and final round. George probably needs a knockout, I think, to be honest.
He's definitely trying to pour it on.
He is trying to get inside that left jab. He hasn't been able to yet. Haney got underneath. A little grin from the American. Kambosos with the leading left.
You can sense that urgency from Kambosos.
A minute to come up with that one punch to change a fight. Haney dances, throws his right. Kambosos gives it all he's got. He's tracking his target, but he can't get inside. You can sense the frustration ringside, the left and then the trailing right. Haney has a look at the clock.
Yes, he did.
He had a long look. He's got 40 more seconds to survive. He has not tired a step from start to finish. Kambosos to the body once and twice.
Good body shot.
He needs a bit of swinging depth.
Break. Hey.
Final moments of a fight that will cast one into boxing folklore. The 8th fighter to unify a division, to be undisputed in the 4th belt era. Kambosos, has he got one left near the bell? They tangle. Haney's kept him at bay. George can't get inside. They finish with a smile and an embrace. There is no love lost, though. Devin Haney has marched into enemy territory and he will stand on the ropes believing that he is going to leave with the gold. George Kambosos, his corner is with him. He is unbowed. He will win the popularity. That's not going to count for much when they do the tallies. Barry Michael.
Yeah, look, it's going to be very, very interesting to see the way the judges have seen this, you know. Going to be very interesting. Ted Kofi just showed me his scorecard. He had Haney a clear winner. Look, one thing I can say, there is a guaranteed rematch if George Kambosos does lose, a rematch in Australia. So
There's been unease in the ring from the start. I feel like a lot of it has surrounded Bill Haney. It is there at the end. George Kambosos Jr. can walk around and have a look at what he has created as an event here in Melbourne. They all came to see him. He gave it his level best. He tried to adjust. It's a slippery opponent that he just met. It's all the scouting on what a crafty fighter Devin Haney, what a classy mover he was. It was all there for us, Alex.
Yeah, that's it. Like, obviously going into this, we knew he was tidy. We knew he was pretty to watch, you know, everything technically perfect. We showed a lot of that.
Yeah, very elusive indeed.
It's a rare feat for an American to come to Australian soil and win the titles. Devin Haney was told it's something that dates back to Jack Johnson in 1908 in Rushcutter Bay. Down at Docklands in Melbourne, Devin Haney looks like he has reprised that piece of history.
The Kambosos corner appear fairly confident, but I don't think the judges will see it that way, to be honest.
Well, obviously, you never know with judges, right?
You never know.
Aggression and all, obviously control with the jab and things like that. Then you've got aggression.
Yep. George had his moments, you know. Like, yeah. I would have liked to have seen him try to corner Haney more, but saying that, it was easier said than done.
Of course.
Very elusive opponent, Jared.
He'll feel like he landed 4 good punches, and they were good punches, Kambosos, but he could never get more than 2 or 3 away.
Yep.
And he just couldn't slow Haney down.
No, he moved brilliantly. Brilliant athlete. But so is George. You know, like, we've got a rematch. I would reckon if, you know, obviously if he gets the decision, Haney, which I think Haney could. Well, both corners appear to be confident.
When are they not, Barry?
True, that's true.
When are they not?
True. I mean, George was never hurt at any stage, and then again, neither was Haney, I don't think. Seriously hurt.
If the American is denied the belts, it might feel popular, but it'll be a controversial verdict around the world from those who have watched. Here's Devin Haney's every bit what was foretold. As a 23-year-old, he could be about to be the youngest in the 4-belt era to be the undisputed champion of a division. Certainly unbowed, George Kambosos, and well, he should grab his 2 flags.
For sure. I mean, you know, he's a warrior. He is a warrior. There's no doubt about that.
The engine never putted.
And a classy fighter himself.
Absolute willingness to be part of it.
Ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, after 12 rounds, we go to the scorecards. Zoltan Anyeti and Benoit Rousseau both scored it, 116 to 112. Pavel Cardinia scores it, 118 to 110. All 3 judges have it for the winner by unanimous decision. From Las Vegas, Nevada, USA, now the universally recognized undisputed lightweight champion of the world, Devin the Dream Haney.
The American ends the reign of George Kambosos Jr. and he reigns on the parade in Melbourne. But his class and his craft was there for all of us to admire. It might feel unpopular with the tens of thousands in attendance, and there's still rancor in the ring. But there is no question who is undisputed coming out of Melbourne in the winter of 2022.
Yeah, very true, Jared. It was a masterful boxing display. George Kambosos, as usual, you know, full of guts. And you know, look, George is fast. He's got a full kit of punches, but he fought a guy that is an exceptional talent tonight. And in a rematch, I mean, what would he do differently? I mean, there is a